Good afternoon, viewers. Good afternoon, students. It's me, man, Taiwo, teacher from grade 6. This is TenderCare Motorstolic School, International, Cairo, Egypt. Welcome back again. Now, I'm going to take you science, which the topic says care of the environment. Again, care of the environment. I'll proceed by telling us the definition of environment. What is environment? Now, environment is the surrounding or conditions in which a person, animal, or plant lives or operates. Again, what is environment? Environment is the surrounding or condition in which a person or animal, plant lives or operates. Now, I would say that this is the definition of environment. The definition of environment. As you can see, we have three things here: animal, plant, and a person. Animal, plant, and a person. We have three things existing in our environment. We have animal, we have plant, and a person. These three things are operating in this environment. Now, I'll proceed with this subtopic. How can we care for our environment? What are the things we need to do to care for our environment? I gave 3 points here. Number 1, stop littering. Stop littering. How do you littering? When you take water, you put the waste on the floor, or your paper, you dump it on the floor, or you have your waste at home. Instead of you to keep it one side, you put it maybe on the express, or you just put it somewhere else. That is the process in which what you littering. There are waste bins in some surroundings that you can keep your dirty things. So this way, by dumping your dirty things anywhere you find it, it's called littering. Now, saving energy. How do we save energy? When you are in a room and you think the light is of no use, then the thing you need to do is what? You have to close the light. You have to what? Close the light. You don't leave the light open when you are not what? In the room. Or while you are going out, to meet a friend, or you are going to work or a meeting, you have to what? Close the light. To save what? To save energy. Now, the third thing is that recycling. What is recycling? It means reproduction. Recycling of paper, glass, or plastic. This way we can what? We can care for our environment. If you notice in your area, there are some people that pick some dirty plastic, some papers, some glass. They are not picking it for picking sake. They are picking all these things to what? To recycle them, to reproduce them. This way, as they are picking, they are what? They are also cleaning the environment. They are also doing what? Cleaning the environment. And that process is called recycling. Now, another subtopic. How can we harm our environment? Haven't learned the way we can care for our environment. There are some ways in which you can what? You can also harm your environment. What are these ways? It is listed here. We have acid rain. Number 1, acid rain. What did I mean by acid rain? This is a situation whereby there is dirty on the floor. So the rain comes in acid in form of whereby it packs all the old dirties from one place to another. The rain become acid because of the dirty things the rain is packing from one place to another. It makes the rain become acid. Now, the second way in which you can harm our environment is called deforestation. What did I mean by deforestation? It's the process of getting trees from the what? From the forest. Now, whereby we get much trees without using them. We cut down too many of trees without what? Without using them. This is called deforestation. Those trees we cut down, they are of no use. We kept them without using them, it's called deforestation. Cutting down large amount of trees without what? Without using them. That way we can what? Harm our environment. Now the third one is what? Waste disposal. I said it earlier, by littering your dirties on the ground, taking your dirty things, putting them on the ground or anywhere you find it, it's called waste disposal. The way you dispose your waste, it can tell that you harm your environment or not. Maybe you keep it properly or you do not keep it properly. This way you can what? You can harm your environment by dumping your waste anywhere you find it. Now, water pollution. How do we what? Harm our environment through water pollution? By doing this maybe you fix on this river where everybody drinks from. That way you what? You pollute the water. Or the waste from the factory. Maybe there is factory near the river where people wash or drink from. The waste from that factory will tell us, why coming from the factory, the waste, the carbon dioxide that comes out from the factory going directly to the river. That way the water will be what? Polluted. This is the way we pollute our water. The fifth one is what? Air pollution. That is, maybe you are driving, the carbon dioxide that comes from your what? From your car, or the carbon dioxide that comes from factory machines. These are the way in which you can what? Pollute the air. There are too much of carbon dioxide in the air. We can pollute our environment by releasing too much of what? Carbon dioxide in the air. In this process, we can what? We can pollute our air. Now, the last but not the least subtopic says, what can we do to protect our environment? What can we do to protect our environment? I write this as trees. I write these 3 5-letter words as what? Trees. As what? Trees. Now, what is the meaning of trees? Now, the T stands for teach, or teach how important to what? To protect our environment. These steps I'm doing now, I'm telling you what to do to protect our environment. I'm teaching you the steps you need to take to what? To protect your environment. This is for T. T stands for teach. You teach others. Those that are learned, either learned or unlearned, you teach them how to protect their environment. It doesn't matter if they are going to school or not. This lesson says you must what? Teach them how they can what? Protect their environment. The arrow says replace trees in the forest. Replace trees in the forest. How can we replace trees in the forest? Whereby you cut down large amount of trees, you have to plant them back again to get another trees. You cannot leave the forest empty. If you let the forest empty, you will not get any trees there. So by cutting that large amount of trees, you have to replace them. This way you can what? You can protect your environment. You can what? Protect your environment. Then E stands for encourage others. Encourage others. You can tell others to protect their environment. Maybe you saw someone littering the ground or polluting the air or polluting water. You have to stop those persons. Stop them. Encourage them not to what? Not to do so. This process, you yourself, you are what? You are protecting the what? The environment. Now, the second E stands for establish parks and nature reserves. Now, this is for the government, or if you are in capacity to work to establish a parks, you can go ahead by establishing parks and nature reserve. This way you can protect the environment, because there are some buses that they will park on the railroad. There will be what? There will be traffic. But if those cars or buses are parked in a what? In an established parks, there won't be what? Any traffic on the road. And nature reserve, whereby we go and have fun, take your pictures. This way you can what? You can protect the environment. Then the X stands for show you care by doing simple things like what? Saving energy. Shows that you care. Doing simple things, saving energy, closing the lights or any electricity in your house that needs to be closed. If you are not using them, you have to what? Stop it or you close them down. This process you are what? You are protecting your environment. Now again, I will tell you what is environment. What is the definition of environment? Environment is the surrounding or condition in which a person, animal or plant lives or operates. That is, this is an environment where three people live: animal, plant, and what? And a person. They live in an environment. They live and they operate in an environment. So this environment, you must take care of it very well so that it could be useful for us. Now, if you have any question based on this topic, just raise up your hand, signifying that you want to ask a question.
Miriam. Hello, Miriam. Hello, Miriam. All right. May I know? I can see that you raised your hand here. Miriam Tajudin. How may we help you? Is that the question you want to ask? Okay, what class are you? Okay, great. So no problem. Thank you so much for your observation. We'll work on that, all right? We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Now, in absence of none, for you to watch the lesson for today's science, you have to log into our YouTube channel, TenderCare Motorstolic School. That place you see series of lesson talks in the YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Love you. Subscribe and like. Thank you. Love you all.